In today's video, we're going back to our shaker glass and we're going to make a classic Tom Collins. Welcome to Thirsty Thursday. I'm Mark and this is the Average Me channel. And if you've been watching, you know I have found this vintage shaker. Interestingly enough, I went online and they are still selling these, but I guarantee you this one goes back to the 1960s. The reason I know that is because of where I found it. But we have been reading menus off of this, and we've been doing the menus just as this shaker recommends. So today we are doing a Tom Collins. What are we going to need? Well, we're going to be using gin. So today we're using Gordon's gin. We're going to be using a little bit of sugar. We're going to be using club soda. And we're going to be using fresh lemon. We'll shake it off in the shaker and strain it out, and we'll see how it turns out. So let's get started. So the first thing it says here, make sure I'm reading the right one, is the juice of 1 lime or lemon. And that is pretty interesting, that limes and lemons are they're two completely different fruits. And, to think that they are accepting either a lime or a lemon is interesting to me. The other thing that's interesting to me is a lime or a lemon isn't going to produce exactly the same amount of juice. You can get juicier lemons or limes. You can get drier lemons or limes. So I just think it's interesting that this recipe simply calls for the juice of 1 lemon or lime. If you were doing this with, just bar juice, I would get, oh, does this smell good? I would guess that you would use about 1 ounce, but they call for the juice, so we're going to go by that recipe. The next thing that it asks for is, I gotta make sure I'm looking for the right cocktail, is 1 teaspoon of sugar. A lot of ways to go with that too. You could use a simple syrup, in which case you would double the quantity. You could use a sugar cube, I suppose, but I wanna stick. There we go. The next thing it calls for is 2 ounces of gin. And the general unstated rule is that you always, I can't see it from there, that you always put in the liquor last. You use the cheaper ingredients, or the ingredients that, should you make a mistake, you wouldn't mind dumping down the drain. And by the way, this was all over ice. Shake and add ice. So we're gonna shake it. Since it said add ice, there's a couple of ways you could have interpreted that. You could have given it a dry shake, meaning with no ice at all, but I think we want to chill this. When it said add ice, I got my Collins glass already with ice in it. So I guess it's bartender's choice. I'm going to shake it, and then I'm going to strain it. All right. And we're going to strain that into our Collins glass. And then we're going to top it off with club soda. And that looks like a fantastic cocktail. And I spilled a little bit on the bar. Had I been doing it the right way, I would have had it on my bar mat, and that spill would have gone into the bar mat. would have been a lot easier to clean. And we're gonna garnish it with a slice of lemon. I think what it actually calls for, just fruit. Whereas if you're, yeah, club soda and fruit. But on the picture, little cartoon lines, oh, is this a nice juicy lemon? I hate to use it just for garnish. So we're going to put the whole lime slice on here. You know, this is the citrus season down here in Florida, and I'm gonna have to take a visit to the citrus farm down the street. Look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? This looks like a wonderful drink. Now, the problem is most of the ingredients are down here, and I just topped it with the club soda. So I really maybe would want to give it a little bit of a stir. Don't do it this way. Get yourself a proper bar spoon. I have one, I just didn't have it out here. I don't know if that's going to work its way to the top or not. But let's see how it tastes. See, I just love when you garnish it with fruit, because as soon as you bring it up to your nose, you get the lemon, you get the entire essence of the lemon, and it's just coming out at you, so that is great. That is a good cocktail. Now this tastes to me like something that I would want to sit out on my lanai on a night. Today was a beautiful day here in Florida. So on a nice Florida day with the sun shining, not too hot, not too cool, and sit out there and sip a Tom Collins. And the flavor of this is 100% like you would expect. It's got the lemon. The gin picks up the flavor of that lemon, different than vodka, because the gin has just a different flavor. We only put that 1 teaspoon of sugar, so it's not real sweet. It doesn't taste like lemonade. It tastes like a really good, cool, refreshing cocktail. I think you're gonna like it. Straight off our vintage cocktail shaker. What's in store for us next week? Well, you'll have to come back next week, Thursday, and find out. I want to thank you for joining me. As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking my face in the corner. And don't forget to ring that bell icon. That way you'll know when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Mark, and this is The Average Me Channel.